What other factors point to the thought that this may be the lowest tax bracket you'll ever be in? That's what we call defining moment number 2. The continual decline in the overall labor force will pose a huge problem. We already know that from a percentage standpoint, there will be fewer tax-paying workers than there are retirees who are and will be on government programs, and they will be living longer. This is a serious issue that most financial planners aren't discussing with their clients.
That's right. So let's take a look at this. We have a declining workforce in the United States, and we have an aging population living longer on government programs. And we have a government that's spending like it's on crack. We also have almost 200 trillion plus in future government financial burdens. Unfortunately, the only source of revenue for the federal government comes from you and us in the form of taxes.
From the government standpoint, do you think they're going to lower taxes or raise taxes, increase or decrease government benefits? You may start to put a few things together about your qualified plans here. After all, who owns the keys on all those accounts? Who's your partner in your 401ks and your traditional IRAs? The government. They control it all. When you open your statement on your 401k, how much of that is yours? You have no idea. Do you think the government may be in need in the future? Ever thought why they made some of those changes recently to the IRAs? Was it really for our benefit? Could they raid investment accounts? Of course they can.
That's why they created these plans in the first place. Imagine now, if you can, your future savings and retirement money being taxed at 2 times today's level. Once again, this is an estimate from the Government Accounting Office. Look, traditional thinkers and the so-called experts from the government are now telling us that to survive in the future where we will all be living longer, we must save more money now. It's kind of upsetting, isn't it? Save more now so they can control it later. This is why it drives us nuts.
If given a choice, would you want to receive money now when taxes are at the lowest, or later when taxes will be much higher? If you are successful in saving money and deferring taxes to a later date, you may want to rethink the dilemma awaiting you. The old adage, you will probably retire to 2/3 of your income, thus being in a lower tax bracket, may be floating around in your mind. They might have forgot about inflation.
Let's just think about that for a minute. What determines your tax bracket? Your income does. So your planner is telling you to work your whole life, save, put it all at risk, so you can lower your income to a smaller tax bracket when you do finally retire? Sorry, but I've yet to meet a client who plans on drastically reducing their lifestyle at retirement. They typically plan to, at the least, maintain their lifestyle. For one, they can now travel, play more golf, spend time with hobbies. If anything, you will have more expenses, not less. Trust me, I've seen it happen many times throughout my career.
This concept is pure foolishness on its face, but absurd when you take this defining moment to heart. There is one surefire way to accomplish what this advice states, and that is to lose most of your savings and investments. If that's your plan or strategy, fire them. Finally, do you really want to retire to the least amount of money so you are in a lower tax bracket, or do you want to maintain your current lifestyle? Maybe even retire to the most amount of money. How then, in an increasing tax environment, demographic changes, and a desire to not have the least amount of money and live a poor lifestyle, does this way of thinking still permeate most plans? If it's your plan, you need to make some adjustments. Follow us for more information on what those adjustments might be.